Hello, my friend. Today I'm going to show you all the stashes in the garbage location. In total, I found 31 stashes here. But let's go in order. The first stash is located in the slag heap location. This is a safe area where you won't be attacked by mutants and bandits, so you can safely get to the stash. At the entrance to the main building, you can see a metal ladder. Climb it. You will find yourself on an intermediate platform. There's another ladder here. You can open the backpack lying under your feet. But the stash we are looking for is a little further away. You need to climb the ladder that already leads to the roof along the concrete wall. It's a really long ladder because you have to climb high. Then be careful, and you can save the game to be safe. You need to jump on the fence and climb even higher. Climb over several fences and you will see a pit. Your stash is down there. It's interesting that there is no water drainage from this pit, so considering how often it rains in the zone, there must be a pool here. Open the bag with supplies. There's nothing special, of course, but next to the bag you see a PG-4 facehugger gas mask, 2 grenades, and a box of supplies. Take everything you need and carefully leave this place. Let's go look for the next cache. The next stash is located nearby. It is also in the slag heap location. Even the beginning of the path to it is the same. In my video, the weather got bad. Most likely, there will be a mission soon. I hope I can find the stash and hide in time. In the video, you can see me repeating the path from the previous video. But at the top, I go in a different direction. Here, at the end, you can jump to a metal platform. It will lead you to a dump with a lot of different scrap metal. Be careful here. This area has unpleasant radiation, and if you don't have enough protection, you can even die. Also, watch carefully where I'm going in the video and don't deviate from the route. It will be very painful. You need to climb the crane boom. At the end of this structure, you will find a tin can and a bottle of vodka. And the stash is a backpack that is suspended from the bottom of the metal structure you are standing on. You have to sit down to be able to open the backpack. Inside, in addition to some supplies, you will find a PSO4X scope. In any case, it's a useful item and you will definitely need it. So if you don't use it right now, save it for the future. You will find this stash in the brood location. There's an interesting cache here and you need to jump skillfully to get to it. You can see in the video where the stash is located and where my character is on the map. That's where we'll start our journey to get to the cache. You see a pipe in front of you. You need to climb it any way you can. Now you need to jump to another pipe, which is already far from the ground. The most convenient place to do this is opposite the pipe support. Now follow the pipe to the building. You won't get lost on the way. The pipe under your feet is like a route indicator. At the end, you can jump to the roof of the building. Here you will find a PSZ-5V Guardian of Freedom suit. If your suit is the best, it's a pretty good addition to the money from the sale. There is also a bag nearby. This is the stash you're looking for. You will find the next stash in the poisonous hole location. You can see the location on the screen. Everything is as simple as possible here. The stash is located on a hill among wooden boxes. You will see a bag there, and this is your stash. To get to the hill, you need to walk across a metal bridge. There is an anomaly in the center of the bridge. You need to deactivate it with a bolt and quickly run to the other side before it recovers. That's how you'll get back. There's nothing particularly interesting in the stash. Just a few rounds of ammo, some supplies and energy, and that's it. You will find this stash in the commissary location. Get ready for a lot of enemies here. You need to stock up on ammo and first aid kits to get this stash. As you enter the building, you'll see metal lockers right along the course. In one of them is a backpack. There are very few useful things in it, so I suggest you find another backpack on the table nearby in the room, and also pick up a pump-action shotgun M860 cracker. It is completely intact. You can keep it and use it, or sell it. The next stash is also located in the commissary location. It is very close to the previous one. It is located in a different building though. You need to enter the building, go up to the second floor, turn left. In one of the rooms you will find a PSZ-7 military body armor, and next to it a bag with supplies. There is nothing special in the bag, but the suit can be sold for a decent amount of money. So be sure to check it out. This stash is located in the brood location. You see a building in front of you. Enter it. there will be a forklift belt. Jump on it. It will help you get to the second floor. In the middle of the belt, jump over to the concrete platform on your right. On this platform, there will be a metal safe in the corner. This is the stash you're looking for. There's nothing special here, just ammo and supplies. So let's go look for the next one. The next stash is interesting, not because of its location, but because of the way you need to get to it. The only way to get to the building on the map is through the backyard. There is a box there that you can use to jump over the fence. But before you jump inside, you need to destroy all the tush cans from a safe distance. There are really a lot of them. You can use grenades. Inside the building on the table, you will find a stash with a standard set of supplies. Go to the detention center location. There are several stashes here, but let's take it in order. The first one is marked on the map. It's on the roof. Enter the building and go up to the second floor. There are 2 entrances to the building. No matter which one you use, you either need to run to the stairs outside the building or inside, which will take you to the 3rd floor. There is an open passage to the 3rd floor on only one side, so you are unlikely to get lost. In the video, I show you the way from the side of the building that is further away from the entrance. This is on purpose so that you can see the correct route inside the building. On the 3rd floor, you find a room with a ruined roof, and a concrete beam has fallen down so conveniently that you can climb onto the roof with it. And then, everything is simple. On the roof, run to the marker of your hiding place. There are thermal anomalies here that will cause damage. At the edge, you see a chest next to a dead soldier. This is what you're looking for. There's nothing special inside, so take everything you need and go find the next stash. Do not rush to leave this location. Next, I will show you how to find 2 more stashes in this building in the detention center location. Now I'm going to enter the building from another entrance to show you another entrance. Plus, at this entrance, at the beginning, there are the right keys. As soon as you enter, there will be a passage on the left, and you will find the keys in the nightstand. Use this key to open the door to the basement. Go to the basement. Find the locked door and open it. Be careful. There are active thermal anomalies in the basement that cause a lot of damage. In the basement, you need to find the body of an employee of this building and take the keys to another locked room from him. Once you've found the keys, you need to get out of here if you want to survive. Sometimes you can find an artifact here, by the way. Now go to the 2nd floor. On the 2nd floor, you will find a locked room, but you have a key to it, so you can open it. Inside, you will find a safe. This is the stash you are looking for. The safe itself is nothing special, just some supplies and ammo. You can also collect everything else that's just lying around in this room. Now let's go show you another stash. It's right next door. You have to take the stairs to the 3rd floor. You were already here when you were looking for the previous stash on the roof. The route is very similar. Go through the destroyed room and climb the concrete beam to the roof. But this time, don't run far. There will be a gap in the roof right away. Jump in. You'll find yourself in a small room with a backpack with supplies on the floor. This is another stash. There's nothing special here either, but if you're running out of money in the game, you can sell unnecessary ammo and excess food and energy supplies. This will help you a lot. So don't neglect this opportunity to make some extra cash. Let's move on to another location. This is the plant. Here, you will complete the story part of the quest, so sooner or later, you will get to know this place in more detail. I found as many as 6 stashes here. Let's look at each one in order. The first one I'll show you is this stash. To get to it, you need to start your journey far from the place where the stash is marked with a marker. Run forward through the hole in the wall between the 2 buildings. Turn right and you will see the entrance to the building. In this room, there is a ladder that will take you to a long tunnel. I don't know the purpose of this tunnel, but it served some kind of technological function when the plant was operating. Now it is a long tunnel. You have to get to the end of it. Just run forward. Be careful. In the tunnel, you will meet an anomaly of glass fragments. To pass it without getting hurt, you need to crouch down. In my case, I just ran through and used a bandage to stop the bleeding. At the end of the tunnel, there will be a sniper. Eliminate him, and now you can open the stash. The next stash can be considered to be in the plant location as well. It's right next door. I happened to find it next, so I'll tell you about it. It is located on the roof of a large tank. It so happened that I got to this location at night, which significantly limits the ability to see around. I don't know about you, but this change of day and night annoys me quite a bit. Although I understand that this is how the developers immerse us even more in the atmosphere of the zone and the reality of the events. So everything is simple here. You need to use a ladder to climb to the top of one of the tanks. There is only one way there, so you won't get confused. Then, along the roof of the tank, run to the marker and you'll find a bag with supplies and ammo. The next stash is in the plant. It is located high on the roof. On the map, I noticed exactly the stash I planned to look for. It's still dark outside, but follow the map. You have to understand where the place is where I start my journey. It's a frame building with no walls. You have to climb the stairs to the top. There are zombie bandits who will try to shoot you, so be prepared for a fierce firefight. Once you've cleared the way, head to the roof. As you can see, my character moves slowly, and that's because I've already collected all sorts of goodies, and after this stash, I'll have to sell everything. Such is the fate of a stalker. What can you do? On the roof, move towards the stash marker. But be careful, in some places you can fall through because there are no floor slabs. In such places, you can only go further along thin concrete beams. Be precise and careful, and you will reach the end point. There is a lot of loot waiting for you. The most important and expensive is the PA-10 gas mask. There's also a backpack with supplies on the concrete slabs and ammo nearby. Take everything. You can sell what you don't need. We continue to search for stashes in the plant location. You see where my character is, in front of a large gate. Go inside the building through this gate. There will be a huge pit in the center of the floor. Be careful not to fall into it. When you get around the pit, you'll see a metal staircase to the second floor. Go up and go to the balcony on the left. A springboard has already been built here for you to jump to the roof of the neighboring building. Once you jump over, turn on 180 degrees and you'll see a safe. It contains ordinary supplies and some ammunition. The following stash will give you a little entertainment if you're bored with the treasure hunt. So on the map you see the location of my character. You need to enter the building, turn right, run straight to the last room and turn left. You'll see a staircase to the basement. You have to go down there. But if you expect it to be that easy, I have to disappoint you. In the basement, the stash is guarded by a very unpleasant guy, better known to stalkers as Bura. To get to the stash, you need to deal with him. As always, the fight with him will not be easy. After you finish off this mutant, enter the room fenced with a metal cage. There will be a safe in which you will find a pistol suppressor, some supplies and ammunition. Look around the room. There are more ammo around, and let's get out of this creepy place. And the last stash at the plant location is quite interesting. When you arrive at the stash location, a group of bandits will try to lure you out of your money. I won't tell you what exactly will happen there. It's really interesting to see for yourself. As a result, my character did not give them a penny, and instead there was a shooting. Now to get the stash, climb the ladder to the roof. There will be a hole there. Jumping down, you will get into a room that can only be opened from the inside. This is where you'll find the stash you're looking for. It contains regular supplies and ammo. You will find the next stash on the roof of the collection room. You can see the location on the map. To get to the top, I decided to enter from the other side and jump off the cliff. In order not to die, you should drink Cossack vodka before doing so. It has been proven that drinking it reduces the damage sustained when falling from a height. You need to act quickly, because a poltergeist is sitting on the pipe that goes to the building. He will throw everything at you. You have two options: fight him, or take all the stuff and just run away. The second option is much more economical. On the roof of the building, you will find the Wind of Freedom suit and the usual stash with supplies and ammo. And this is good news, because another suit means extra money, which is so lacking. Next, let's find Akopyan's stash with you. You will be able to get this marker on the map, and, accordingly, the stash itself when you complete the quest with David Akopyan. I was able to get his pad only when he died at the hands of bandits. To open the stash in an abandoned barn, you need to climb into the attic. There will be a backpack in which you will find a TUS-34 and some ammunition. If you don't need this rifle, you can sell it. Let's move on to the Iron Forest Gate location. Here I will show you 2 stashes. The first one is on the roof. Before we go there, be aware that you will be met by unfriendly people who will have to shoot you. After you clear the area, you need to climb the parapet and then the canopy above the entrance, and finally the roof itself. In the backpack here, you will find a rubber layer flash drive for the M10 Gordon. Also some supplies and ammunition. A useful thing only if you use this weapon in the game. The second cache in this location is called the Checkpoint Roof Stash. But this is perhaps the peculiarity. This stash is not on the roof, but on the ground floor in a special closet. Apparently, this is a conspiracy so that none of the stalkers can find this stash. Let me show you where to look for it. You need to enter the building from the other side. In the second room on the left, you will see a closet. Inside the closet are 2 wooden boxes. Break them open and you'll see a bag hidden behind them. Inside this stash is nothing special, just supplies and ammo, but we'll need everything. The next stash is in the middle of a scrapyard. But there is something useful here, so let's not pass by this stash. You can see the location on the map. You need to find a destroyed truck cab. Behind it will be a bag of supplies. This is the desired stash. Next to it, you will find a Viper 5 assault rifle and some ammunition. The stash itself is nothing special, but the rifle will come in handy. If not for the passage, then for sale. Take all the gifts that are here, and let's go look for the next place. Next, we move to the Hlynka location. I don't know what this means, but the stash search here will be unusual. You see on the map where my character is located. It's dark outside again, it's night. It's not a good time to shoot, but it happened. First, you have to find the key to a locked building. You enter the abandoned building. There will be a key hanging in the frame of an old TV. With this key, you will open Pandora's box, in the literal sense. Then follow the same route as my character. You'll see a building with a door that is locked, and this door is closed for a reason. There are several mutants inside, and the most dangerous of them is the cat Bayern. In general, it was my first meeting with this mutant, so I was a little confused. I could have guessed that Bayern was inside because of the sound cues in the dark frame around the screen, like the character wants to sleep. After you defeat all the mutants that jump out of the building, you can open the stash. There you will find a high-capacity AK-74 magazine. This is an enlarged magazine for the AK-74 and the Dnipro assault rifle, so don't rush to sell this magazine. When you find the Dnipro, you will need this magazine. It also contains some ammunition and food. But that's not all. On the table, you will find the AKM-74U. This is a popular assault rifle in the zone at the beginning of the game. At this stage of the game, I recommend finding an Integral A and just selling this weapon. Now let's move to the vehicle graveyard location. Here is a large area with anomalies. If you want, you can find an artifact here, in addition to the stash. But now we are looking for the hidden stash. You need to enter the area with anomalies. Be careful. These flying balls explode when they touch you and break up into a large number of poisonous acid layers. It's good that they move slowly, and it's not difficult to get around them. In this location, you need to find a metal trailer. Inside this trailer will be a backpack. Inside you will find ammo, first aid kits, energy, and food. To find the next stash, you need to complete a special secondary quest. It's called No Honor Among Thieves. You can get it in Huron in the slag heap. If you do not shoot Docent at the end, he will reveal the coordinates of this stash. Finding it is easy. It is located in the tunnel. There's a backpack just lying there. Inside will be a unique, improved Viper 5 rifle called Shah's Mate. After you pick up this rifle, Bloodsucker will appear, so be prepared to repel the attack of this mutant. Next, I'll show you Koldyba's pigsty stash. Here you can find a lot of different loot, but none of it will be very expensive when sold. You can see the location on the map. You need to enter the building. There will be a lot of boxes inside, and most of them can be broken. We'll use this to make our way to the stash. While you're looking at the boxes, you need to break open to find the backpack. I'll tell you what you'll find in the stash. In the backpack itself, you'll find a UDP compact pistol. It's a little better than the Scythian pistol, but I really don't see the point of changing the pistol, because you'll hardly use it in the game. Although it's the most economical way to break crates with a pistol, not the way I do it in the video. Also, in the backpack is a tactical pistol silencer, which is suitable not only for the UDP compact, but also for the M10 Gordon. There is also some ammunition of different caliber and a first aid kit. And next to the backpack, there is a PTM pistol and a few rounds of ammunition. Let's move on to the electric field location. There is a secret safe here, which is locked with a combination lock. You can see the location on the map. To understand the logic of the riddle, you first need to climb onto the roof of this building and find a special key. You climb up a ladder from outside the building to the roof. There are a lot of electrical anomalies around, so be careful and watch where you're going to avoid getting hurt. These anomalies are also on the roof, so you should always be careful. You'll find a key on the parapet. It's a regular safe key. As soon as you pick up this key, a marker for this stash and a description for it will appear on your map, and it will be the key to the safe. Now you need to go downstairs and enter the building. You can see the route in the video, although I think you're already an experienced stalker and you can find the entrance to any building yourself. Let me tell you better how to solve the riddle in the description of this stash and find the code to the safe. In fact, everything should be intuitive, but for some time I could not understand the essence of the riddle. So the clue is in the words themselves. There are 4 words written in plain text: stick, cobra, porthole, infinity. Just imagine what they look like and you'll get the numbers you need. Stick is 1, cobra is 7, porthole is 0, infinity is 8. The desired code from the safe is 1708. When you enter these numbers into the combination lock, the safe will open and you will have access to the backpack inside. You won't find anything special inside. The usual amount of ammo, first aid kits, energy drinks, food and 1 grenade. Next in line is the stash in the cave. I didn't find a marker for it, but the cave itself is worth a look. So you can see the location on the map. Pay attention to where the entrance to the cave begins. There are a lot of acid anomalies inside the cave, and the air is also poisonous. So your health will definitely not improve if you spend a lot of time in the cave. But to avoid getting lost, remember that once you enter the cave, you only need to turn left once. Move straight ahead, keep to the left wall, and when you see a passage on the left, go into it. At the end of this passage, you will see a stash. It will be a backpack. Nearby will be stalkers who are less lucky than you. They will stay in this cave forever. Near the backpack, pick up a Bouquet S2 assault rifle. There are also 3 grenades, several first aid kits, and ammunition nearby. The stash itself is nothing special, just a few rounds of ammo, a first aid kit, and vodka. You can find this stash if you complete one of the tasks given to you by the bartender. Your task is to find the bandits' lair and punish them. On the map, I show you with a marker where the bag of supplies is located. After you have dealt with the bandits, open the bag and take a very simple and standard set of supplies and ammunition. There are only 2 stashes in Garbage left. These 2 can only be found by those who bought the Ultimate Edition. These are journalist stashes, which give you some weapons and equipment a little bit before you get them in the story. There are no advantages to the journalist stashes, except for the unique look of the weapons you get. So, in the first journalist stash on Garbage, you will find M860 Monolith. This is an analogue of the M860 Cracker, but it looks different. The second journalist stash on Garbage will delight you with an interesting costume. Here, you will find the tourist suit. It doesn't have any special features, but again, you can sell the suit and get some extra money. Stash is located between abandoned cars in an interesting location, where you can complete several additional quests and find 2 artifacts. This is the end of today's review. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe to the channel, and watch my unique video where I held a real monster battle tournament in Stalker 2. See you soon, my friend.